What is going on, guys? Nathan here with one of these classic Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentaries. I've sort of made a recent entrance back into the Team Fortress 2 scene after I started to stream TF2 about once a week over on Twitch, usually either late Saturday morning or early Saturday afternoon. So quick plug, twitch.tv/0brilliance0 if you're interested in watching my stream. But basically, today I wanted to talk about one of the most relaxing classes in Team Fortress 2. So this is going to sound really ridiculous, but here it is. Shotgun heavy. Now, just bear with me for three main points that I think I can argue to say that why Shotgun Heavy is one of the most relaxing classes in the game. First of all, Shotgun Heavy is just ridiculous. This is going to seem like really weird logic, but again, just bear with me. So, when you go Shotgun Heavy, you are limiting yourself to one of the most powerful primaries within the entire game of Team Fortress 2. And it's sort of a situation where if I have my view models turned on and I'm like going around shooting people as Shotgun Heavy, just the sheer fact that I'm reminding myself that I'm like trying to kill people with the most basic weapon in the game, the shotgun, is always to me like slightly humorous, and it feels as if I can always make the internal excuse to myself like, oh, well, I died in this situation, maybe if I would have used my minigun I would have gotten out of it, but hey, it's all for shits and giggles because I'm Shotgun Heavy. It's like this constant status reminder that you are this ridiculous class, and it really forces you into a situation where, or into a mental mindset where you can't like try hard in games. Like there is no dying X times after on the control point after you just are desperately sort of fighting for the match. As Shotgun Heavy, you just kind of wander around and shoot people. It's just a very basic mindset, and I really enjoy that. So that sort of leads into my next point here, which is like Shotgun Heavy requires very little thinking in game. I really enjoy games where it doesn't require enough thinking to really demand my full attention. And I think Shotgun Heavy fits this role entirely because I like being able to devote some of my like mental faculties to listening to something like a podcast or something in the background where I don't need to like, as a scout, for example, actually just a counterexample here, I might need to devote a lot more attention to like jumping around, dodging, and shooting people while I'm desperately trying to like capture this point. Whereas with Shotgun Heavy, you move really slow, you have a lot of health to play with, so you don't need to worry about certain, like dodging a certain amount of damage that you might not care otherwise. And it's just a basic, very, just super fun class where you're just this basic, like, shotgun tank. And it's weird because you would think that limiting yourself to just a secondary would make the game a lot less fun because you might not be getting as many kills. But to me, it's like I'd rather play this really sort of passive, roamy type of class than be this big, important character within the game who always needs a medic, who's worried about getting backstabbed, things like that. And I mean, I sort of ran over this a little bit already, but I really like having a lot of health on Heavy. Just being able to soak damage sometimes is a lot more fun than having to try to dodge around it all of the time. And I find where Shotgun Heavy is almost like a really good roaming class because even though you're not as mobile, just having the health to play with in terms of maybe taking on one or two people at a time is actually pretty cool. And you avoid a lot of deaths where if you had like 150 health or 175 if you're going shotgun pyro or something, you actually escape from a lot of situations where you might have died otherwise. Combo that with the fact that you can use the Fists of Steel, which will negate a lot of like sniper headshots, means that you can pretty much just always feel a certain amount of safety when roaming around a map. And it's just like all of these just sort of safe factors combine for me to make a really sort of thoughtless character that's also really fun, and it's thoughtless on purpose. That's not like an insult to the class or anything. It's thoughtless in a sense of like oh, I get to listen to a podcast in the background, for example. So, I don't know. Those are my arguments for the most relaxing class in Team Fortress 2. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm guessing there might be a couple of medic suggestions, but I thought about that, and medic can be super stressful with getting backstabbed and losing Uber, because losing Uber, like dropping the Uber, is one of the most unsatisfying, or like one of the worst feelings, I think, in the entire game of Team Fortress 2. So I sort of ruled that out in my own head. But I think for this video, guys, I'm going to bring back a really old tradition of having a poll of the day in the description. What this is just a basic poll where you can actually see the results at the end, to just look at a small collection of data and be slightly interested in it. Things like I remember back in the day, I ran polls where I would ask my viewers, like, what their favorite class was, and you get this interesting pie graph where, you know, there might be some surprises in that data where you might not have expected. So it's just slightly interesting, just a slightly interesting sort of aspect to that information. But again, I am streaming a little bit more now, probably once a week over on Twitch, so twitch.tv/O0brilliance0. And I think that's where I'll wrap up the video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and still waiting for the alien invasion update, and hopefully that releases soon. That in Overwatch, still waiting for Overwatch as well. But anyway, that's the video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.